What's going on YouTube? Astria TV, Truth Exposed. Basically, and Walmart doesn't accept medical excuses. So when my back got hurt, I had to call off, only get a certain amount of points, I got fired. So to supplement that income, I began to donate plasma until I found another job. Before this point, I had never heard of the Cabal. I had never heard of graphite. I had never heard of satanic rituals involving this black gunk substance. I started attending the blood bank, and every time I would donate plasma, I would get that weird feeling in my stomach, like the same thing as like when hair stands up on the back of your neck when you know something is wrong. Every time I had that. One night, I go back to the house, I go to sleep. Suddenly in this dream, I'm inside of the blood bank, but it's rearranged as a classroom. There's a woman with black hair and kind of like a robe. It's kind of like a scientist white robe, but instead of being white, it was black. And the room was filled with old style desks that students sit at. And there was children inside the entire room. The room was filled up with children sitting at their school desk. I couldn't tell you what the lady was teaching, what she was saying, but all I know is suddenly, next, I was strapped to a table, and I was able to look to my left and my right, and I was able to notice other people were strapped to these tables being held down. Suddenly, that teacher woman, which I can only refer to as a witch, she came up with these buckets, and it was full of this black gunk, like black tar. And I realized that's what graphite, I think it's called graphite. I'll post a picture of it. And she began pouring this substance on me, and the workers in the room began pouring it on the other children that were strapped to the tables. At the time, I was a teenager. She was pouring this substance on my face, on my body, and it was moving. The substance was like, the only thing I can describe it as venom. When that black substance takes over venom and it like grows together and it was alive. And the movie Venom, it shows it perfectly how it takes over his body. That's exactly what it was doing. And even at that time, I had never seen Venom and I never watched the Spider-Man and all that stuff. I end up finding that after my research, and it's the perfect comparison. Suddenly, I was able to get out of these restraints. I run to the front door, and as soon as I get outside, there's another witch-looking like woman. She raises her palm to my face, like you're motioning someone to stop, but she put her palm to my face, inches away, and said something, and boom, I fell. And when I fell, and I stood back up, I was inside of a church. Inside of this church, somehow the woman had transported me and all those workers who were pouring this black gunk on everyone else. She had transferred them into this church. And I heard like a blood-wrenching scream. And the only thing I can describe, it looked like if you can think of a werewolf or a large dire wolf start devouring these people inside of the church, start devouring these witches, mauling them, destroying them, killing them, one by one. And as the last one was killed, I woke up. And as soon as I woke up, I always kept a notebook next to my bed because I used to write down my dreams in the dream journal. You do that to learn to remember your dreams better and more details. I rolled over and I wrote down a word I had never heard. Cabal. When I start doing research into it, it was very interesting. Now I recommend you do that research yourself. The movie about Venom is a lot deeper than people think. This stuff, this black gunk, is also put into the jab. it responds to music, responds to frequency, right? I just thought it was very strange that I had never heard the word Cabal before. I had never had a satanic dream. I had never seen this black gunk before in my life. And then I go and donate plasma, which they take my blood and all that at this place. And then all of a sudden, I have this very strange demonic dream. So be careful if you do go to these places. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, drop a comment. See you next time.